Hey guys, welcome back in. Going to continue on this Stasis device farm. Now, I did manage to get all my extractors in place and all that good stuff. There's a couple of them I want to check on when I load in, because my oxygen's really far away, so I just want to make sure my silos are filling all right and make sure everything's looking all right. Now, I didn't bother going with electricity. I just used batteries and solar panels for my power, mainly because that's another really long pole, so I just avoided that altogether. And I put batteries and solar panels at the extractors and got those all wired up. And these are my silos down here. Can't remember how I laid them out. It's been a couple hours. Alright, there should be silos down there, so I want to go make sure these are filling up. Looking good. So, yeah, I figured I'd save you guys the hassle of watching me run around and put down extractors and do all that busy work. Just to give you guys an idea of how I did these. Let's run over here. It's pretty much just like all the other bases I've been doing. Same type of thing, except this time I use batteries instead of a power source. So pretty much all I do is I just glitch 4 batteries on like that, and then I have my 8 solar panels like that, just to keep things neat, neat and orderly. That way, if something is wrong with one of them, I can access it pretty easily. Do I have to delete one of these out for some reason, or same thing with the batteries. I can't access the one on the end, but the other ones I can get to if I need to. It's a pretty easy way to keep things in order. Now I do want to check on my oxygen though, because my oxygen hotspot is actually really close to my dioxide one. So I just want to make sure the dioxide isn't interfering with the oxygen. Because, I mean, they're like 300 units apart, but they're kind of in a straight line, too. So what I did was, my oxygen's gonna run, it's gonna run into here. And then what I'm doing over here is this is where my dioxide's gonna be. So I just want to make sure I keep all my piping as far away as I can. Like, I still have to run pipe from the dioxide and the cobalt, but I only need 1 silo for those, so I can't actually put those in place yet. It's just I was worried about these two being too close to each other and having to interfere. So run down here, make sure this is looking alright. Yeah, it's looking good. Yep. Alright, good. The moment of truth will come when I put in those silos, though. But I think I'm going to be all set. So now I just got to figure out what I want to do for a building. Yeah, actually, my oxygen is so far away that if I were to run down there right now, the batteries don't render in. If I go down there, and even my beacon doesn't show up, that's how far away it is. So the extractors will, but nothing else. And there is an issue with these as well. For some reason, these aren't snapping to the side. They're only snapping to the bottom and top. So that's another thing that got broken at some point. I do want to check to see if the prefabs have that same issue. Okay, looks like prefabs are going to be alright. Alright. I meant to check that before I logged off and I totally forgot. Gonna move this thing out of here. I do want to see if I can get a little bit of crypto phosphate, because I want to be able to put in some candelabras. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get any here or not. Yeah, this is a good way to kind of mine these too. Because I'd like to use those, what do they call them? Those little candelabras. I like to put them inside of my silos to give them a little bit more light. I have to find more of those things. Run around and blast as much stuff as I can. Getting a bunch of junk I don't need. Get to a shallower area. Yeah, work smarter, not harder. Good way to grab this stuff. Alright, now, I don't know how much these things cost, so I do want to get a good amount of it. So, take a few minutes to do this. Sometimes you can find them in good-sized batches. And your best bet is along the coast. You know, I mean, shallow water. I don't remember how much they cost to build. I think they're like 50 though, so be able to be sure I have enough to make at least 4 of them. But I'd like to have a little bit more. The build is probably going to be kind of dark, so I can always come back and add more too. So there we go. Big batch of them there. Be about enough. Yeah, that should be plenty. Alright. I was gonna have to move my ship anyway, so yeah, if I come over towards my oxygen here, the photo mode. Yeah, that's my oxygen. Like my, it's so far away, my stuff isn't showing up. Alright. I think I'm gonna end up building pretty much right where I am. You know, right where I was parked, rather. So, leave my ship down here now. Actually, I don't want to park here. I want to park on the other side. Because I know if I go to put down something, it's going to say I'm too close to my ship. So, move my ship away a little bit. Alright. So, put that in here so I know I have it. I got a little bit of carbon back out of that too, which is good, because I had to take a bunch of carbon out of my storage containers. Actually, put that in there now. I'm gonna end up with a bunch of I'm gonna get a bunch of carbon back eventually, but kelp sack's actually really good for making oxygen, if I remember right. I think it's like a 2-for-1. Take a quick peek here. Oh, it's a 1-to-1. Yeah, it's not that good then. It's decent if you need oxygen. Alright. Actually, you can't buy oxygen anywhere, so having kelp sack can actually be really good. I needed some salt, so that works out good. Take a peek here. Something I wanted to see. Alright, I still have 2 more planets in this system, but they're really not going to be anything to write home about. Yeah, that's nothing I really need to make. Maybe I can do like an ammonia and sodium farm. Something like that. Alright. What I would like is, I kind of want to have this view for the front of my building, so it's the only one that actually looks pretty decent. I like to get a water view whenever I can. If I have a planet in the sky too, that always adds to it. I'm gonna get these out of here because I don't think I'm gonna need them. I'm just trying to figure out where I'm gonna put my silos, because that's cobalt coming in and oxygen. So I might have them on each side of the door, run my dioxide and radon towards the back of the building. Alright. What I'd like to do is I'd like to come off the ground, a couple of these. I try not to, you know, I look at these plants, and I'm actually going to go up 3. I try not to destroy the ground at all. And I try not to dig into it at all either. So I think I'm probably just going to go with a round structure. I'd like to just kind of make sure I have a decent amount of just room to work with. As this mound goes all the way to here and kind of ends right above there too. So I was thinking about round, but I think I might just go with a rectangular. Because this doesn't have to be anything fancy or anything. I do want to change that angle a little though. If I do that, I'll end up going with a 4x5. See, what I'm thinking is having oxygen here, cobalt here, and then, what is it, radon? Radon over here, dioxide over here. Then have my refiners probably right here. It would be nice if I could put oxygen and cobalt here. It's just I don't want to risk them running into each other. Of course, I'll have my door right here in the middle. Yeah, because I'm gonna want, if I have oxygen there, actually, because I'm gonna need to put down carbon planters too. Radon won't be an issue. Dioxide might have a problem with that. Because I'm going to stretch my dioxide to that wall. I'm going to have to watch my piping with that. I might have to run my pipe all the way up to here and then go over to there underground. Alright. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to get rid of these 4 corners. And I'm going to end up sinking my silos down a little bit. So, do this. Now I do want to test these, because they change the way some of this stuff snaps in now, or when you wire glitch it rather. So I gotta remember what menu stuff is in still. It's been a while. So I'm gonna make a glitch point here. I think I'm probably doing this backwards, but that's alright. If I have to, I can just flip this one around. Grab a silo. I can still make 7 silos, so I've got plenty of metal plating. Now, how is this going to interact? Okay, it'll work fine then. Now, if I can get them all to snap in that same way, it'll be good. So, go and get my wires set. Yeah, because I don't want the when I interact with it, I don't want it to flip my camera around on me. I'll go and get all my glitch points in. Just glitch all these in first, just to make sure they're going to work the way I want them to. If I have to, I can flip them around. Alright, let's see. Yep, that's right. That one's wrong. See, they gotta stop messing around with the way this stuff works. See, now it's fine. So, hello games. Let's see. Put this thing down. Oh, another thing I do want to do also is put a little building over here. Just so I have something to run into. Because I'm going to have to jump out in a couple minutes just to take care of some stuff. I just wanted to get started on this today. I don't know if I'll be done this by the end of the stream or not. But these types of bases I like to kind of take my time with. I don't want to rush them at all. So, and I'll move my button over. Yeah, I don't like to rush these because it's really easy to screw things up. And also, I'll make it a couple little fancy things I'll do in here too. Just kind of dress it up a little bit. Let's see how much stone do I have? Okay, so I can do I can do stone floors in here. I may do some stone floors, do a custom color. If I can get, yeah, I don't think I can though. I would want a blue and red, but I don't think I can get a decent blue or red. Maybe leaves a brighter color. I gotta run out for a few minutes, so I gotta do medications and stuff. So, give me like 5 minutes, something like that. It shouldn't take too long. And I will be right back. Oh, nice little sunrise, sunset. So, I'll be back. Okay. I do want to see. Oh, I need to go into here first. I don't know if I have everything unlocked I need, though. Okay, I do. I think I just screwed that up. Unpin that. Alright, good. Now let's see if I can get a decent color on this. I think red shouldn't be too bad. I think it's this one I normally use. Nope, that's the wrong one. This one. Alright, there's my red. See if I can find a blue. That don't really look blue, does it? Alright, that could work. I could do purple for radon. Yeah, I don't think there's a good blue in here. I don't know if I tried that one or not. Yeah, I did. So I'm just gonna have to do blue and red. Unless I get a different blue I can use. One of these might work. Yeah, now why the hell is that a totally different color? Alright, that's more blue. Now, I do like this white and gray also. So I think this will be my main color inside. So, yeah, I think that'll look good. See, I'm gonna run into an issue with dioxide, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna dig a hole here. That way I can tie right into it. See, I'm really worried about this dioxide, so I'm gonna tie this in right away so that I know it's not gonna affect the oxygen. Switch that over. I think radon should be fine over there, so I'm gonna go dioxide right to this one. What time is it? Okay, I got a little bit of time before it starts getting dark. I try to get that somewhat straight down. Drop this in here. Head on down here. I already dug a couple holes for it. Yeah, a lot of it, like my oxygen, I kind of put on the surface. I didn't bother digging holes for it or anything, because I want to try to keep those pipes as separate as possible. I think I dug another hole for this somewhere, too. I can't remember. But if you notice, like the wood walls I put up, I made those blue also, just to, you know, help me figure out where I'm going. Okay, that connection's too long. I thought I had more than one hole for these. I guess I didn't bother. I didn't bother because I knew I was going downhill, so what I'll do is I'll just terminate here and just be an extra piece of pipe, so. See, nobody's really gonna look out here anyway, so I don't really need to bury stuff if I don't want to. It just makes more work on myself, so. Not to mention, I'm probably gonna literally be the only person that ever visits this anyway, so. Especially since it's on Permadeath, so. Alright, so terminate here. I'll just run my pipe right over. Now run up there and just double check. What I'm gonna want to do first is I'm gonna go to that oxygen silo that I had buried to make sure there's no cross reading on it. You know, it should just say that it's oxygen and that's it. Nope, wrong one. Further. Now, as long as this thing looks okay, then I'll run my oxygen right up to it. That way that's all terminated. Ooh. Slow down there. Okay, so that looks good. Now I'll just run right over to that other silo, get that one all hooked in. Then I'll just verify them both when I get up here. Right about there should be good enough. Like I'm saying, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. Alright, so that should read that 3,000. Yep. Sure, this one. And that's all set. Good. Now I can fill this thing up before I put my floor in, so. Yeah, I didn't want to try to put my floor in and then have to fill this in after, because sometimes it doesn't let you fill it. It turns into a mess. Alright, so those are good on here. I'm going to color these. Hopefully the color will stick. So, one's going to be purple. That one light blue. This one dark blue. Alright. Alright, those are all plugged in, so do a quick save before I head back out. Actually, that radon is close too, so I might as well just do this one. See, like when I have silos, I like to put them like 100 units away. That way I can get to it real quick. So, and I should be able to connect into any of these, but I always try to connect as close as I can. Then I can just go over here and verify this one. Alright, 8,000's what I'm looking for. This one's going to be cobalt. I'm pretty sure I dug a hole for this down there somewhere. Yeah, I got a couple roof pieces there, so. Alright, so get this one put in. Yeah, I like to get these situated before I even start building. That way I don't have to mess around with anything. You know, when everything's already built and everything. Go stick this down here. And I try to space out, when I do make a hole, I try to space it out like every 150, 170 units. Something along those lines. That way it gives me a little bit of wiggle room to mess around with. Like if there's any obstacles in the way or anything, I can try, hopefully avoid them. I think I put another hole over here somewhere, didn't I? No, maybe not. I probably figured out, oh, there is one here. Good. I was going to say, because I'm going downhill, I probably figured I didn't need it. Got one there. Where am I going here? Yeah, like a lot of times I would use stuff like this. Actually, I think I will just give myself more room. You know, these little divots where nobody's ever going to see anything. Kind of use those. Why do I keep losing track of my extractor? Alright. There it is. And my extractor disappeared. Cool. It'll give me a... Yeah, it doesn't even give me a prompt to tie into it. Alright. What I do in that situation is I do a save, then do a reload restore point, and it should show up. Yeah, sometimes if you're too far away from stuff, things just de-render. It wouldn't be bad if you could still see the connector, but you can't. So hopefully I can tie into that pipe that I laid down. If not, then I have to run that pipe all over again. There we go. Is this thing even running? Oh, capacity's reached. Alright. I'll run back. Yeah, I should have known because some of these walls didn't render in or anything when I came over here. So, alright, I'm able to tie into that. Because sometimes you can't do this, so... This thing gonna say capacity is reached. Yeah, it's still saying it's extracting, so... Alright, good. It's not actually running though, but it's still working. So I do want to do a save here. And what I'll do is, when I'm done, I'll come back and I'll delete all these walls. I keep them in place until the end just in case something gets screwed up. I accidentally delete a pipe or things start getting all wonky at the base. My numbers don't add up and stuff, so I'll get back over here and verify that everything's connected. Yeah, I thought about doing like a, like a little 16-sided circle or something, but don't really need to on bases like this. It's a working base, so check this and all hooked up the right amount. Go ahead, hit save there.
Temperature levels stabilizing.
I always charge this even though I'm inside. Alright, so that's going to be my red. I believe that's my blue. I just do that so they'd stick out to people, just in case these don't color right. At least they'll see a red floor and a blue floor and kind of, hopefully they can figure out that that's, for cobalt and oxygen. I think most people are smart enough to figure that out, but you never know. People can be kind of, ignorant sometimes, so. With these, I can just make those the regular color. Okay, so hopefully he doesn't stay around too long. Alright. I'll do a quick save here. I want to figure out what... I'm going to have 3 silos, or not silos, extractors. So, do those, actually, let me get those phosphate put in first. See, what I want to do is I want to put it in above this lip. So I'll come up, it looks like it's going to end up being 3 short walls. What I try to, like, color really doesn't matter. I don't have anything to color it anyway, I don't think. Actually, yeah, I will try to color it. What I want to do is I want to color it the blue, blue-white. So I'm actually going to take that top one away. I'm going to make this thing blue-white. So when I put it there, now the candelabra I glitch in will be that blue-white color. Let's see here. Actually, I think I can just do it right with that floor. Yep, I should be able to. I just want to see where this thing is going to land. Alright, so I think... yeah, that should be up high. I could actually come down one more. I think I'll be fine though. So I'm gonna grab my candelabra. Just glitch it inside. Alright, there we go. Yeah, because the base on these, actually I can put it down lower if I wanted to. But I think that'll work fine. So now I'll just repeat the same thing. I always forget to put these in until I have a roof on it. Then it's kind of a pain to get them in. So try to get them out of the way early. So go back over. Where is it? Yeah, those cost 80. I didn't realize those were that expensive. Thought they were like 40. Alright, so same deal. It doesn't show up very good on that one, but it's definitely brighter than it was. That one I misglitched. You can tell right away because they glow so bright, so. Yeah, that's just one of those little tricks I always do. Just to kind of, you know, add some light without actually showing the light. So. Alright, so extractor or refiners. What I'm gonna do, trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. Do something like this. I think I can get all three of them in here like this. So let me just make sure. I'm pretty sure I can build 3 of these. Yep, got 3 of them. So use the cache glitch. You want to flip it around towards the back side. You look at the top of this floor, there's a thick side and a thin side. Because these, when you bring them in, they come in backwards. So I actually want to glitch it with the back side towards me. So I'll do a cache glitch. Copy that. The thin side is towards me. That's what I want. So just glitch it right in. Do the same thing over here. Now what I'll do is I'll just put one there. Delete that. And do the same thing. Alright, so I got my 3 refiners there. I could have actually spaced those out a little bit better, but I think that'll work alright. Now, how much? I want to see what this stuff costs. Alright, so I don't have very much silicate. I should be able to pull my freighter in now, though. Alright, so I get 192. I need to be a little bit careful with my silicate powder. Alright, so get rid of this stuff. Alright, at least I got everything's kind of in place. Another thing I do need to check on, what are they called? Carbon planters? Standard planters. These are dependent on, how much you get is dependent on where they are. Which it's typically not a big deal. Gotta figure out where I want to put these things, though. Put that there. I need to make sure I can pull at least 200 carbon off these. So I think I might put them like right here. have 2 rows of them, of like maybe 6 total, something like that. Because what I want when I go to refine these, or the oxygen and the cobalt, what I want to do is, I want to come over to these. I want to put in 100 oxygen. And once you do it once, it's not bad. It's just the first time. 100 oxygen and 100 regular carbon. That'll give me 250. That'll give me 250 condensed carbon. So after that runs through, what you do is you pick up that condensed carbon, move it back over here, put a full stack of oxygen in, and then you start looping this until you get 9,600 carbon. And you do the same thing with the cobalt. You start with 100, make the ionized cobalt, and then start looping. With that, you need 4,800. So it takes quite a few runs. I only have 3 refiners here because it goes pretty quick, especially if you have all 3 of them going. Your ionized cobalt will be done before the condensed carbon, so eventually you will have three refiners available. But the problem is, lately, you can't use other people's refiners, so I don't want to waste my time and resources putting down, like 6 refiners for people, and they can't use them, So what they'll have to do is they'll actually have to come to this base, pick up the stuff they need, and go to their own base and refine it there. So, and hopefully they'll grab the carbon while they're here. I could always have this oxygen make more, I'd put another silo in for more oxygen, but that's just one more refinement step people would have to do. So carbon planters just make it a lot easier. Alright, what I'm gonna do is I should have left that triangle here, that pyramid, bring that out again. I like to make my planters this like yellow white with a wood finish. I think it looks good on those. I'm gonna grab a half one of these small half walls and copy that. And now, because this one, I'm going to be glitching to the front, so I flip it this way instead, that thick side. And I miss my glitch, which is typical. Did it that time, though. And I'll do the same thing on this side. Now I want to go look at these to see how much I'm getting out of it. Okay, so I got 52 out of that one. What am I going to get out of this one? Only got 30 out of that one. So I'm going to get rid of that one. I'm going to see if I can get a better number out of, now if I go there. I wonder if I, actually, let me see something here. I wonder what the number is going to be here. For a number. Okay, 47 out of that one. So I'm not going to worry about it because I need to get at least 200. So I end up putting a couple extra in because you can always have extra carbon. You just want to make sure you don't have less carbon. So I'm going to put in three in each of these slots. So yeah, it'll be a couple extra planters, but at least I know people will have enough. Oops. I used to glitching. My timing is all off. Holy crap. I actually get angry when I miss this many times. Alright. I'll do 3 and 3. Now when I run power to these, I only need to power up one of them because they're on the same connection point. And I'll put the wire there. Sometimes I'll bury it deeper in the ground, but not a big deal. And it will give me room to move around, so I'll come in, I'll harvest that, and I'll harvest the cobalt, harvest these, and then just start running the loop. So, and they're close enough together. It takes like 40 seconds, so by the time you get down here and empty that one, this one's pretty much ready to have carbon, or to have oxygen added back to it. Those are all set. I'm gonna figure out what I want to do for walls now. Because I'm gonna have to go 2 walls tall. Go do something fancy, I think. Do solid walls, and then I'll do arches here. So I do this in a different way because I want to put windows inside the arches. So all I do is I set these like this because the solid, this is going to be a solid wall. It's going to be a solid wall there, and then these are going to be arches, or oh, I got that wrong. Put that over there. I'm going, that don't look right. I'm going to do a solid wall on the 4 corners, and then arches with windows, you know, in between, just to give it more light. So, that's my thinking there. Do the same thing on this side. And I'm gonna have a solid wall here, and then windows. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. That one's solid. Because I'm gonna have a door on the other side, but I want to have windows on each side of that. So. Do that. Do that. Alright, now that all of those are in place, see, I'm not going to bother running wires for these, so I just put these here, because I do a adjacency glitch, or the universal adjacency, to get my windows put in. I was going to do an upside down arches too, but I really don't have that much material, so I don't want to go and waste it on that. Another thing is, because I'm going to have, here, I can just show it real quick. Is what I can do is I can place the window in without any issue, but I won't be able to put the arch in because the window is already there. So I need to do a cache glitch. Then I'm able to select that and glitch it in right there. I got a nice open thing. Now the problem with doing that though is I can't put anything on top of this this wall now. Nothing will no matter what I select, it won't go in. So what you have to do is you have to actually do your second floor before you do your first floor. The second floor, I'm just going to make it, it's just going to be a solid wall. So it's not a big deal. But, I think I'm going to have windows there, a solid here with my teleporter. So I think the second floor, I think I will do a glass or, an arch up top. So just to kind of break it up a little bit so it doesn't look too samey. And my walls, I just want to get my color first because I want to go that whitish color. So I'm going to go the white gray, which is like my favorite color of white now because it actually looks white. So I'm just going to get my corners put in first. Alright, so those are all set. Actually, just go and do both of them. Alright. I have those two there. Those two. Yeah, I'm gonna make that solid also. Alright. So looks pretty good. That white actually helps to throw the light also at nighttime. So that's one reason I like to do that. Actually, that is going to be a solid. This I want to put in a double door. Do that. I'm going to come out here. I need to make a glitch point on here. Actually, I really don't have to. I can. Yeah, I'm just going to do it off a glitch. It's easier. Get my glitch point. Now I'm going to want to see what direction this thing glitches in as where's my door? I'll go with this one, I guess. And so, yeah, I don't want that one. I want the other variation. little variation. Alright, let's see which way that glitches in. So, what I want to do is just pick it up, flip it around, put it down. Now that little light's on that side. So what I want to do is glitch on that point again. Now I have a light on each side. So now when I walk through that door, it opens on both sides. So I'm gonna actually get rid of that because I need to put that upper arch on first. Alright, so it's the wrong color. I'm going to change the color of it. Alright. And I want to do an arch on this side too, so let's get this thing ready. Now, because I'm going to have an issue with these arches, I have to actually put my roof on first. But I'm going to have to jump out for a couple of seconds here and grab myself a drink and use the bathroom. So I will be back in like 5 minutes. Go into camera mode, so hopefully be something to look at. Some animals doing weird things. Alright, I will be back. Alright. Before I get too ahead of myself, why is this guy here? Take off. I don't know if he's gonna get in the way of me or not. Typically what I'll do is I'll fence in the whole bottom with like archers or something. But because of the way the teleporters are working right now, sometimes you fall through. So I'm actually just gonna close up the sides with arches. A lot of times I like to use the alloy ones, but seeing that everything else I'm doing is in stone, I want to kind of keep it as stone. So what I do for this, I try to get something that's contrasting. So I'll go with like a black arch. It also helps to hide the pipe a little bit too. So I'll just do this in the four corners. You know, if I can get away with just putting down one, I will. Looks like I'm gonna have to put down 2 on each of them though. I'll just do that. Just to dress it up a little bit. And also, if you do fall to the floor, at least you can get out easily. Alright. So that's that. Alright. Now I should be all set to put in my windows. Actually, I want to put an arch up here too, so I have to do one on this side as well. So I can pretty much go through and delete all these little short ones. A lot of times what I like to do is I'd like to put a flaming barrel underneath these as well, because it gives you a little bit more light and it looks like it's actually burning something. I'm not going to bother with it here though. I'll do it on a base that's a little fancier. Alright, now I think this is white already. What I want to do is I want to get a short wall, make it that white color. That way, whenever I glitch something in, it's going to be that white color. So I know that one already is, and I'll put one over here, just so that I have it. Alright, so that's the prep work for the walls. Now I gotta figure out what I want to do for a roof, because I have to have the roof in place before I glitch in all this other stuff. So, I do want to stick with a stone roof. I was thinking about going with a glass roof, but it's only good during the day. At nighttime, it's still kind of hard to see. So, I'm gonna go with a stone roof. I don't know if these have lights. These ones I think have light. Yeah, very faint light. Alright, let's see if any of these other ones do. Okay, that doesn't have anything. That one just looks stupid. I don't like that one. Yeah, they gave us all this stuff, but nothing's got friggin' lights in it. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna use those. I have to be careful because these might not work. Let me see here. Actually, I need to run power. Typically, I like to put my power underneath, but because I have that pipe under there, I don't want to chance messing that up. So I'm gonna come out here. I'm gonna build like a little power station out here somewhere. Oh, good, that guy took off. So, what I'm gonna do for that, come down. I'm gonna be in the way. Come down another wall. Put a floor down here. Alright. Hopefully I have enough stuff to build this. Okay, that should be good. So I want to make sure I have probably 100 will be enough for me. So I'm just going to stick a couple batteries here. Fire those up. Alright, 4 solar panels. Sometimes it doesn't like it when they're too close together. Alright. Do that, do that. And I always just double check my batteries so I know what my reading is. So 200 available. So that means 100 continuous, so might as well just put this in if I can. Alright. I weren't sure what I had for power. I'm gonna make that white also. Yeah, go with that. It's somewhat in the middle. Actually, I kind of want to sink the legs in a little bit. So, do that. I think that's going to stick to the wall if I do that. Yeah, I think it will. Now, hopefully that flipped it the right way. And it doesn't matter because I missed the glitch anyway. I can have a little bit of a gap there, it's not going to matter. Oh my god. I don't like how it kicks you out of the menu too when you miss a glitch. That's something that's happened like a year ago now. Alright, so it does go that way. Alright, there we go. Yeah, that way the legs are sunk in just a little bit. And gives me a little bit of room to mess around with, so use that over to a wood finish. I always put down a proximity switch. That way it's not running constantly. I'll just run this right down to that battery. And with these, so that I don't have. Sometimes when you build these, and you go to power them from the bottom, you can see the wire. So what you can do is go into free placement mode and get it so that it looks like it's pretty straight, and then terminate it, and then tie in your power. I should be fine there. Yep. Because power's coming in, so I can still tie off that same one. Now, if I look at it up here, you can't, you know, it's nice and clean. You don't see the wire getting pulled back the other way. I'm going to have a wire hider here anyway, but that's just one way that you can hide it if you don't want to use a wire hider. Alright, the power's all set. I'm going to leave this open for now, just in case I need to... Oh, because I want to put in a storage container as well. So I like to stand in these little buildings when I build, just so animals aren't knocking me out of build camera. Now, one of the problems is these things. I like to use. I like to use these lights because I don't have to power them up. These cuboid floors. I like to use them. Yeah, they don't require power. But if they're on top of these things, sometimes they'll lose power. I think if you're too, like if I think if you're 2 levels above them, I think you're safe. But if it's 1 level, they tend to become unpowered. So I just want to see if that's going to affect this at all. Put one there. I think if I put one here, I think it's going to be unpowered. Oh my god. You don't glitch build for a couple weeks and suddenly you can't remember how to do anything. Okay, it looks like they'll still be powered. Maybe it's because it's not directly above it. So I think I should be all set with those. Now the problem is with this roof part, I actually want to put in my lights. I want them to actually sit inside of this. Because if I take this now and put it here, it's just floating in there. It looks, you know, it looks sloppy. What I actually want to do is raise it up. And I always do this just to make sure that they're going to work. I always do like a little mock-up beforehand. So, what I do is, actually, I'm going to put one of these out here just so I don't have to keep going into my menu. So I'm going to do that. Now I just want to make sure I'm at the top of this thing, this small wall. So I'm going to glitch that in. Get rid of that. Copy of this. Put that there. Now it sits right inside of there. It looks nice and clean. And it hopefully doesn't show out here at all. So that's one way to kind of dress it up a little bit. Make it look a little just cleaner. So it's another step, but it makes a difference. You know, little details like that make a big difference. So, so I'm just going to line this whole thing with these. The thing is, I'm going to be going all the way around this thing, so I'm going to need to come to the inside as well. You know, you'll end up with a bunch of these left over that you don't actually need, but I just line the whole thing that way I don't have to go back and mess around with things. I just frame the whole thing right out. And sometimes it can be difficult building from the top, so if you go underneath, it makes snapping these in easier. Alright. So now I should be able to snap everything right in. So I just go right to this and start just cache glitching all of these in. You just want to make sure that you're glitching to the top of the beam, not the top of the wall. Yeah, I don't know if it's me missing these glitches or if it's this new controller. It's most likely me though, because I haven't done any real glitch building since December, so been a couple months. I like using these lights because they don't require power, and they actually do put out a good amount of light. So it's not as bright as like a candelabra or anything, but for free light, it's not bad. And once you get in the right rhythm of it, they go in quick. I just want to just double check them to make sure they're all at the right level. Then I'm just going to go through and delete all these half walls. Go slow when you do this so you don't accidentally delete a light or something else. Yeah, it's a bummer that with all the new roof pieces, none of them had very decent light in them. But that's going to be them, and I will do a quick save. And I'll get my roof in place, and then I can finally start putting my walls on. I think my roof, I think I'm going to try going with black, just so it is a different color, to see how they look though. I'm not sure how the black yellow looks. I'm not sure how, yeah, those come out as yellow, so I'm gonna go with that black and gray. And just layer these right on. Ooh. Alright. Gotta get rid of that. Alright. I didn't know if it would affect anything else or not. But now if I look up at these, they're in there and they look nice and clean. So, yeah, not a bad look. And if you wanted to, you could actually do a wire glitch and glitch in lights right in the middle of this too, like those little regular wall lights or ceiling lights rather. I've used these before. These guys, you know, you can glitch these up into there, and it looks really nice. And because these have a dome on them, you can kind of countersink them a little bit, so that you just see the you don't see this whole stem. You can hide most of that stem, so that you just have like those 3 lights hanging down. Makes it a nice look. Takes a little bit to set up, but once you get it set up, it's quick and easy. A nice look. Oh. Yep, I'm gonna have to replace those. That's the bad thing about having so many snap points sometimes. End up messing that stuff up. I start yapping and lose my train of thought. Alright. So even at nighttime, you still got a good amount of light. I am going to put in a storage container over here so that it'll give me a little bit more light. And I might have like a couple couches and stuff here just to kind of dress it up a little bit. Put these back. There to there. Alright, so that's all set again. And that should produce at least 200. I want to just double check those. But I got to looks like I got to run my dog out. So I will be back in a few minutes here. Let's come out here a little bit. Something to look at. So I will be back. Alright. So, before I get myself too carried away, I think I'm gonna get my landing pad in place. Actually, I can do that after my windows if I want. That shouldn't be a problem. Get my windows done. I always go for the middle window. I'm gonna also make this white. Not that it's a big difference on this, but it does kind of help with the aesthetics a little bit. Can I fly through these? Nope. I can fly through my door though. Alright, windows are good. So now these are already colored white so that when I glitch in my arches, they'll take that white color. I select the middle arch for this. So I'm going to put that arch in my cache. And it doesn't matter which way this one faces, but I try to make it so they're all the same. So I'm going to miss my glitch like normal. The good thing is I can just delete that window and just replace it. See, everything has like a different little timing difference on it. So for some reason I missed the first one a lot. Alright, and there's what the finished finished window is gonna look like. I just continue, make my way around. And you see that you do get a little bit of a window bar there, which I actually kind of like. It gives it a little more texture, but I don't know of a way to hide that, because if you go to the other window versions, it's pretty much still there, except for this one. You get actually you won't even see that light bar on it, and the top one just, I don't even know why that's an option. I would never use this thing in a base unless I absolutely had to. I think it looks god awful. So just go and finish these off. Probably should have put down a couple more of these little white walls, but already halfway done, so no point in starting over. Yeah, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll do two arches. I'll have one that's upside down, one that's right side up. Looks like little oval windows. Probably do that on a fancier base though. This base is already too fancy for what it actually is, so I just felt like doing some actual decent building instead of just making a bunch of prefabs. So those are all in place now. And it looks pretty good in here. It helps. Those windows give more light during the day too, so you can see what the heck you're doing. So, not too bad. Now I'm gonna hold off putting my other door in. Is what I want to do. Actually, I'm gonna do a save before I screw something up. a lot of times what I like to do is, I think I will actually, if it'll let me. Okay, good. Bring this out one more. I am gonna put in like a little staircase. I'm just gonna stick with stone. See if I can remember how to make black steps. Okay, just with that. So now I'm gonna try to move this back because I don't want the full step to be there. Oh, I need to drop that down, that's why. That's something like that. There'll be some glitching coming up. Do a solid wall. Of course, I'll have to change the color of this again because I can't keep anything uniform. Do that just to hide those extra steps. And see if I can get a, yeah, that makes it a different color. I know I can get a darker color than that, I think. No, that'll be red. Yeah, that's a little bit darker, so I'm just going to go with that one. And what I'm trying to do is measure out, because I'm going to put a landing pad out here. Want to do a landing pad that doesn't have like that little landing area. I just want the pad, not that little bracket that goes around it. So I'm gonna save before I do anything. I can't remember how far out I have to go. I think it's about there though. And grab my landing pad. I think that might be too close. Try it though. Actually, no, I think that'll end up working. Of course, my thing's in the wrong area though, so I think you can do something with these things though, can't you? Yes. So I'm gonna pick this thing up, rotate it so it's over there. Oh. It doesn't look like it affected anything. I'm gonna run over and just check. I'm so worried about these silos getting screwed up. Alright, so that's all set. That's all set. Let me actually check that one. Alright. I thought I could put a door on this thing. Maybe that will work. I remember using these to change that. It doesn't look like it's going to, though. It keeps trying to snap to my window and my regular door and everything else that's near it, so I just have to get this thing to snap in the right direction, I guess. I am going to try coming out one more, though, see how that looks. I really wish they wouldn't have changed how you exit build cam. Alright, so right now it's up and down. I think I might actually like that better. If I want to, I can still put these in. Alright. So I want to change the orientation of this thing again. So up and down is what I don't want. When I say up and down, I talk about that, this green circle thing. So I want it to be in this orientation. Alright, and that's the right placement that I want. That way when I jump out of my ship, all I have to do is walk in. So I will copy that and change to that. Yeah, put those there so people don't fall through. Go to the shorter one. Alright. Now I can copy my door and glitch it. Now my door's all set, so get rid of that wire, get rid of all this stuff. The build is pretty much done. Now it's just kind of dressing up the inside a little bit, and everything will be all set. Be able to do a run of this tomorrow, and make sure everything works all right. And that's about it. Do you want to change this to a different color though? Not too bad. I expected this to take a lot longer, to be honest. Well, it took me a couple hours to run all the silos and stuff, get that stuff squared away. But dress up the inside a little bit. I'm gonna put a storage container over here. Maybe throw down some Geknip too. Maybe just a couple planters to dress it up. Got enough Geknip, so I can build 56 of them if I want. Yeah, but I'll put the same storage container here. I do want to shrink it down a little though. So I'm just going to go the 2 size one. So put down 2 of those. And scale up a 3rd. That's really good enough. reactor fab right over here. I probably should have put this in before I put the roof on. Wasn't thinking about it. But pretty close to that. Should work. Now I'll do the same thing with the power on this, except I'll go to the outside. Just so that you don't see the wire hanging out, I go into free placement mode. I'll actually sink it in just a little bit because it'll be underneath it. I'll do that and go back into snap mode. I can just tie right back into there. And that alone will dress up that, will lighten up a good amount of room over here. But yeah, I'll just dress it up a little bit tomorrow, and I'm gonna end up calling it for the night here. So got everything done, so should be ready to. Well, and tomorrow I'll clear up all these walls and everything. Actually, I should dress that up a little bit too. Something kind of like that. Oh. Instead of that, I think I'm going to call it for the night, guys. I appreciate everybody swinging in, checking this out, and most likely sometime this coming week, I'll probably put out a little base video showing this thing off, so if people want to swing in and you know, grab some stasis devices, they're more than welcome. Just if you do build in a system, I prefer people build on one of these other two planets. You know, if they want to just drop down like their own little like mixing base, because chances are these refiners probably won't work for you. But if you want to set up a little mixing base, these other two planets, go ahead, help yourself. Or if you do want to build on one of these other planets I'm on, I just ask people to stay 2,000 units away. Outside of that, you know, don't be a dick. You know, build far away. Don't go griefing other people's bases or anything like that. So, I see that stuff start happening. I'm ripping all these bases out. So, I won't even think twice about it. So, alright guys, I appreciate it, and I will see you next time. Have a good night.